A wooden beam fitted into stone can somehow support the weight of an elephant. Using this method, ancient builders made sheer cliffs safe to traverse. At first, holes were carved into the rock, and wooden beams were inserted, but once the load became too heavy, the joint would snap immediately. To solve this, the holes in the stone were carved much deeper, embedding more than half the length of the beam inside the rock. This greatly strengthened the connection. Yet over time, the beams could still loosen, especially along the axial direction, where slipping was most likely to occur, so a dovetail groove was carved at the end of the hole, and a matching recess was cut into the end of the beam. A small wooden wedge was inserted into the recess. When compressed, the wedge expanded outward, locking the beam tightly in place. A single wedge was enough to secure the beam firmly within the stone. So how did ancient builders carve stairways into sheer cliffs? First, hemlock wood was soaked in tung oil, allowing the oil to slowly penetrate the fibers. After 2 months of soaking and careful drying in the shade, the wood became both tough and resistant to rot and insects. Using the same dovetail mortise technique, the treated beams were then embedded directly into the cliff face. At first glance, most of the structure appears hidden inside the rock, yet the exposed portions can bear enormous loads. To further extend the lifespan of the wood, additional supports were added beneath the beams, with planks laid across them to form walkways. These walkways could support staircases, buildings, and even multiple platforms. By stacking platforms in layers, each supported by columns, builders could then add walls, beams, eaves, doors, windows, and finally roof tiles. Step by step, a complex structure emerged from the cliff itself. Congratulations, you have just invented the hanging temple.